So I'm John Legge. I work for the Michigan chapter of the Nature Conservancy, which is a nonprofit environmental organization internationally. And I am the West Michigan Conservation Director, which means I run our projects largely on the west side of the Lower Peninsula.
Okay, that's fantastic. So, as a citizen here in Michigan, can you give the folks here an idea of where their donation dollars are going when they donate to the Nature Conservancy?
Yeah, sure. So Nature Conservancy, our mission is to preserve the plants, animals, and natural communities that represent the diversity of life on Earth by protecting the lands and waters that they need to survive. And so here in Michigan, what that means for us is especially about the Great Lakes. And for anyone here in Michigan, that's a really iconic and important thing, but also obviously a crucial thing for the ecology and the biodiversity of our region.
What do you enjoy most about working in conservation, and in particular here in Michigan?
That's a great question. It's hard to pick one thing. I love the biodiversity of Michigan. I love uh, the variety of habitats, from coastal sand dunes to prairie remnants to northern forests, boreal forests, prairie fen wetlands. We have an amazing diversity here, and I love the different kinds of conservation questions that raises for us. I really like the importance of the work because the Great Lakes are obviously such an important landscape, given the sort of the scale of the system, the importance of the fresh water, the value of the freshwater and forest resources here, for the health of biodiversity on the planet.
Are you concerned with environmental or climate change?
One of the things that we have to think about then, is what can we do as conservation biologists and conservation practitioners in these places to assist natural communities to adapt to those changes, and whether there's a lot of I think that's one of our biggest challenges now in the conservation community, is thinking about, for those changes that may be underway and may happen in any case, how do we increase the resilience of our natural communities? I am hopeful, and I think that ultimately, whether we learn it the hard way or the less hard way, I think that we will have to, by that time, have figured out some ways to live more sustainably and justly.
What is the hard way?
The hard way is if we burn every last drop of fossilized carbon in the process, and have a big crisis on our hands of radically changed climate and ensuing food crises and other kinds of crises along the way, of our own making. But one other thing that I guess I would add to this, and that I'm also hopeful that we may find that nature will be, that the natural world in general may be a little more forgiving of us than we deserve.
Overpopulation. Mm-hmm. And some people have theories on overpopulation, and some people have beliefs in this particular topic. Are you concerned with our world becoming overpopulated?
I'm less concerned about overpopulation than I am about sustainable levels of resource use. I think overpopulation is a real issue, but I think it's as countries around the world have become uh, more affluent, you always see this pattern of family size becoming smaller, and the population curve leveling out, and our rate of increase on the planet is still going up. It is a finite planet. It certainly can't hold an infinite number of people, but I think the trend line there has changed from what I remember, what it once was. Um, but I think that still leaves the question of, um, as people's prosperity increases, which is a good thing, um, their resource use increases, and ultimately, um, especially as we're still trying to figure out how to produce energy sustainably, and huge challenges with that. Um, how are we going to do that? Um, and how do we use land sustainably? And how do we house ourselves sustainably? And not use up too many resources as that happens.